Today I'm back in Old Hickory, Tennessee at Hermitage Memorial Gardens. And Old Hickory's just right out of Nashville, but I'm headed to that mausoleum you see behind the fountain area here. As you enter the entranceway, you will notice a long building to the left, and that is the funeral home. And there is a small mausoleum you see straight ahead there, just a little bit from the funeral home. And people there in the funeral home are very helpful and located a gravesite if you need one to be found. Well, we've parked down by the mausoleum, and near the walkway entrance you'll see this butterfly on a pedestal, and just thought that was kind of neat. But now to the final resting place that we're looking for today, and that is of Douglas Allen Woody Jr., better known in the music world as Allen Woody. Allen was born in Nashville, Tennessee, October the 3rd, 1955, and his parents were Joyce and Douglas Allen Woody Sr. I thought I'd give you a close-up of the name of the section of the cemetery where the mausoleum is actually located here. But now on to the mausoleum. As you can see, there's 3 mausoleums, but we're headed to the very back one there. And the monument there with the lady with letting the dove go is very interesting, and I might give you a close-up of that on my way out. But I want to talk about Allen actually on our way as we're going to find his final resting place. And I think I read somewhere that it was about 14 years of age that they had really could tell that he had an interest in music. And I read somewhere that I believe it was his dad's obituary column that said that Allen had always had an interest in music. And speaking of that obituary column of his dad, from what I could read on it, it looks like that Allen was an only child to Joyce and Douglas. If you're watching this video, you may already know a little or a lot about Allen Woody, and that would include that he was an extremely good bass guitar player. But you may not have known that in his early years it is said that he worked in a guitar shop in Nashville. Allen's music is considered mostly hard rock or maybe heavy metal, but a couple of the things that I listened to, it sounded like it was blues type music, and those are my favorite of the songs. I read where Allen went to school for music after finishing high school, but it's a little bit sketchy on which school. I read at different places. One place said he went to Vanderbilt University's Blair School of Music, and another place said that he was a student at Middle Tennessee State University. And if you know the answer to that, you can let me know in some comments. I'd truly appreciate knowing the actual fact of what school he went to. I can see a guitar on a marker on the bottom row, and yes, this is Allen Woody's final resting place, and how appropriate to have a guitar on it. And the reason I say that is that he actually helped design or maybe even build some of his bass guitars, and it is said that he had an enormous amount of those. When doing research, I read in one place that he may have had as many as 450 or more of guitars. Allen Woody would pass away August the 26th of 2000, and he was in Queens, New York at the time of his passing. Allen was just 44 years of age when he passed away. Allen played in several bands, but the 2 bands that he's most noted for is he was one of the founders of the trio band called Gov't Mule. The other band Allen's most noted for is the Allman Brothers band. The Allman Brothers band was formed in 1969, but Allen didn't join it till 1989, and he would play in that band with them for 8 years. He would lead the band there in 1997. And speaking of the Allman Brothers band, it is said that Allen also contributed to the band as a writer for them. Something I found out that was, I thought, very fascinating about Allen is that he was playing in double bands for 4 years. The last 4 years of being in the Allman Brothers band, he also was getting his band that he had founded, the Gov't Mule, well established. Allman Woody will be known forever mostly as a bass guitarist, but he could play other string instruments as well, such as the banjo, the mandolin, and what we here in the South call a fiddle, or you might say a violin. As we leave Alan's final resting place, there's 2 or 3 more items that I'd like to mention that I found out about him and I thought was very interesting when I was doing my research on it before making the video. And one of those items said that there's been 2 documentaries that have given tribute to Allman Woody, but I can't say that I've actually seen either one of them as of the making of this video, but now they are on my to-be watch list. I also found out that a very good friend and also a co-founding member of the group, the Gov't Mule, as well as being a fellow band member in the Allman Brothers band with Alan, Warren Hayes, did a benefit concert for the daughter of Alan after he passed away, as I think Alan's daughter was maybe 3 years old or something like that, or maybe a little bit older than that when he did pass away. Another thing that I read that I thought was so very interesting, and I may be saying the name wrong on this, but I will spell it on the screen at it after fact, is that the Epiphone guitar company would honor Allman Woody by making a Allman Woody bass limited edition bass guitar after his passing. So, you know, he was very big into his music and he was well appreciated for being in it. And the company Epiphone is a subsidiary of the Gibson Guitar Company. And now here's a closer view of the statue of the woman letting the dove go that I said I might be giving you a close-up view of it. I think it's very neat. And I like that there's an airplane going over, but maybe a little noisy on it. And leaving the cemetery and closing the video for today, I'd like to say, as always, I truly appreciate you watching the video, and thank you so very much for doing that. And I hope you have a good day.